1939, the brilliant, well, movie star legend that was the late Greta Garbo came back with a movie called Two-Faced Woman. And the tagline to this movie was the fact that Garbo laughs. Yes, we'd already had Garbo Speaks, and of course as the Queen of the Silence alongside John Gilbert, her one-time fiancé, well, they had to keep coming up with different sort of tacks, different sort of publicity ideas. And this has truly never gone away. This is exactly how you market somebody. Apparently the reason why Louis B. Mayer decided, the boss of MGM, to keep Greta Garbo away from the public speaking is apparently she was a little bit dull, a little bit boring, so create a bit of mystique around her, and then consequently the public will be interested. I'm not suggesting for one moment the same could be said, of course, for Princess Lily, but nonetheless, her mother, Meghan Markle, is doing her very best to recreate the role, well, the path of publicity set out all of those years ago. As ever, let me explain. Morning, chums. Lovely to see you today. Thank you so much for your time. By the way, you know the Easter eggs that I mentioned a couple of weeks ago now, maybe a week and a half ago, in fact. Sorry, I'll have a lovely wave. It all goes so quickly, doesn't it, And according to a report that I just read, apparently Cadbury's didn't suffer any sales losses by not having the words Easter egg on them or Happy Easter. Apparently they had the Happy Easter tag inside the box, when you open the box. So, now this is my theory, and let me know what you think. You see, of course, they get free publicity, don't they? Cadbury's don't have to pay for it. People mention it and say, oh, look, they don't mention the word Easter. Consequently, they're saving a fortune. I would say, looking at my local supermarket, as many of you know, been waiting for the reductions. And the thing is, there's tons of them there, even reduced. So I don't really believe the theory that, in fact, they sold that many more eggs. But of course, they have to come up with something for failure, don't they? Absolutely. Let's get back to your royal story of the day. This is interesting to me because once again, right on cue, yes, just after, of course, His Royal Highness, the Prince of Wales, Prince William, attended the very solemn funeral of Pope Francis over in Rome, represented His Majesty the King. Meghan had to do something, seething over there. Clearly, no attention on her. Been a few seconds since people have ripped apart that appearance on the Times stage. So consequently, wheeled out her daughter once again. This time, well, yes, as I said in the intro, a little bit like Greta Garbo, Lily speaks. Well, hardly call it speaking, would you? It's a very much speeded up recording of somebody so you can't decipher too much about them. And more importantly, of course, get people talking. Is there an accent? Isn't there an accent? The child says two words, if it is in fact Lily. With everything with Meghan and Harry, it's always a tissue of lies, as we've seen so many times before. But the true background to this is Meghan believes that a slow drip feed is the answer to the interest in the children. And as I've told you before, this is the plot. If the right money comes up and if it can be done in a tasteful way, i.e. a glossy magazine spread, perhaps like Vogue, Harper's, Tatler, something like that, where suddenly, Meghan decides to share her joy to the world of being a mother, then consequently, this is the plot. The idea, which was mooted a while back when she was trying to launch With Love Meghan, whatever you call it for Netflix, was to have a more up-to-date picture in the background. But then she sort of balked at that idea because consequently that was giving it away for free. But if there was the opportunity to perhaps dress up Lily with no doubt a very rich and vast free wardrobe, that could be very appealing, as ever, allegedly. So behind the scenes, when everybody says, oh, isn't this cute, isn't it? There is a severe marketing plan going on. Harry's out the picture. He's having given in on this now because clearly he truly has no say. But behind the scenes, Meghan believes there is still interest in her children, but she's not giving it away for free. The trouble is, in this climate, there isn't really that much money for children that we don't know, see, or indeed believe exist in some cases. And what's interesting about this thing is, even if she presented Lily genuinely, who's going to believe it? How would you know? You understand? She's created her own real problem here. But nonetheless, as ever, I told you before, bit by bit, drip feed by drip feed, she will be forced to reveal and deliver more as desperation seeks in. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.